It's cold in London. I'm having a walk by the River Thames, and I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what's going on right now. All the things that it's happening. It's obvious that history keep repeating itself. Someone believes that life is not a straight line, but it's a spiral. So where at some point in the human history, in the human life, we go back to the same point to learn it better, so that we can improve even further, and eventually not going back there anymore, and improve and completely, and not repeating the same mistakes ever again. So we are at this point, at this stage in life, where we might back to some all the lessons that needs to repeat, so that we can learn it properly and improve, or maybe learn it completely and not repeat it ever again. So for everybody, it's inevitable. It's a moment of reflections. It's a moment for thinking about what we want to do in life, what is life is about, and if there is a meaning, and if it makes sense for us to be in life, or if it has a sense at all, and if there is someone, like many people believe now, there is a world elite in control of everything, and he keep us under control and try to prevent us to evolve. I'm just walking by this chair, and I found this beautiful sentence: love, hope, and I do believe that it's all about love and hope. Hope leads to love, and love leads to hope. So, growing older, and with the life passing by, and after my life experience, in my life journey, I'm heading to the belief, like many others before me, and like a man, that it's a source of inspiration, even if he died. But reading, watching, or rereading, or rewatching videos or books, or rereading books that he wrote or video he made, that's Tiziano Terzani. He, at the end of his life, he believed that there is nothing to change out there. There is only to change within. And I'm heading to that belief strongly. I'm heading to that belief that there is nothing to change out there, that there is no point to try to change people, to try to change the world, but actually to spend time trying to only change ourselves. It's a fascinating and interesting subject, but that I feel really that might be the only solution to see a change, because we've seen it. We don't really need to read the history books or believe it. I don't believe in history except what I saw or I experienced, or that is in my lifetime. So I don't really believe in what has been written before, that cannot be confirmed from people that are still alive, because the winner makes write the history. But everything is repeating itself. Just change what changed? It's the name of the country. It changed the name of the people. It changed the name of the politicians. But everything's at some point repeating itself. So what is the point to go there and fighting to change? Putting these massive efforts to trying to change something, when maybe the only things we really need to fight and be really focused is to change ourselves within and try to understand what we are here for, and getting the understanding that we are just temporary in this journey, and any things that we think we accomplished, it's literally just a temporary thing that will be gone when we die. So I feel, and as I said, I believe it is more and more that the only things that needs to change, it's within. So we should stop and focus inward, and when we might find the answer. I like the idea that when you start to change within, you affect the reality without, and they will change accordingly to how you feel. The reality will match your emotions within yourself, and in my life journey I actually saw it many times. I saw how changing my feelings and elevating them is actually like really the reality started to transform like magic, So I can't believe that. And I remember the story of this really good friend in Thailand, and we were talking about this one time when I was in Bangkok a few years ago, and he told me about his experience in this life journey, when at some point in Thailand you need to, it's compulsory, experience a monk life. So I think, if I remember well, you can choose how long, a month, 2 months, 1 year, how long you want. So he did it, I think, for 3 months, and he said at the beginning he hated, he was stressed, he didn't like it. Then slowly he started to find the peace more and more, and he said that something strange happened, because his family started to experience well-being, happiness, health. It was like everything was going absolutely fine for his family. Everything was working well. Everybody was having a great time and happy times. And talking about that, it felt like maybe it's true. Maybe really when we found inner peace, we really affect the reality. Or maybe even more. That's a short story that it became one of my favorites from Andy Weir. It's called The Hag, where the main character dies, and when he's in front of like God, he discovered that the world, the universe he'd been living in that short period, there was no one out there. He was the only one, and everybody else was just an expression of himself. So and God tells him, yeah, everybody's you, just a different you. And this planet, the universe, I created it just for you and me. There is nobody else. So he tells him, so I was Hitler, and the Jewish he killed. I was Mao. I was Mother Teresa. I was Gandhi. I was all the horrible people that ever lived, and I was all the amazing and beautiful people that ever lived. And the God say yes. And every time you did something bad to someone, you actually did it to yourself. And when actually you did something kind to someone, you actually did it to yourself. and even that, with the time, aging, I start to, initially I like it to believe it, and now I start to feel to believe it. I start to believe it even more. So this is a time of reflection, and maybe it was time, it was meant to be. So for maybe just for me to evolve, or for the humankind to evolve and seriously start to become something different, something better.